All right, Monday Booze and News. I'm John Shrek McPhee, the Sheriff of Baghdad. I'll be drinking out of, it's clean. It's clean. It doesn't look like it, does it? It's as clean as it gets. Got another coveted Savage glass. Today I'll be drinking from a student in class, Mitcher's Sour Mash. You can see we've had at it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fill this up. I'm gonna tell you, I'll tell you in a second. Woo! Yes! All right. World is a crazy place. So, I'm gonna start today. Crazy Uncle Joe is speaking in Chester, PA, which is basically Philly, talking about the COVID, right? And look, oh, Crazy Uncle Joe, like him and Hunter, I want to party with those guys someday. So, but I'm just kind of being fair. But, you know, at the same time, you say some crazy shit, makes me want to party with you. Doesn't mean I'll vote for you. But Crazy Uncle Joe's talking about the COVID. And he's like, he's like, doctors are dying. And Trump said, the COVID's not going anywhere. And the doctors have inflated the deaths because they get money. And let me tell you, Mr. President, like, all that's fucking true, Joe. I mean, here's the deal. How come there's no flu? How come there's no pneumonia? How come there's no drunk drivers dying from hitting a pole and getting thrown from the car, but they got the COVID, they're dying of the COVID? Look, we all know the numbers are inflated, you know, and I'll tell you the one thing is, it's not about the COVID, it's about who actually believes in the fear-based rhetoric, right? You know, Trump is like, I didn't create it. We're just trying to do the best we can. And, you know, old sleepy Uncle Joe is like, people are dying. Doctors are dying. Like, yeah, I think 1,000 medical workers have died. But every doctor who knows anything about anything says COVID has no morbidity factors. It has to mix with pre-existing conditions for you to die. Everybody knows this. And then look, you have a 99.99% recovery rate. Like, look, if you're high risk, wear a mask, right? Don't mix, don't go out, don't go to protests, don't go to concerts, right? But I can tell you this, never in the history of man have we quarantined the healthy to protect the sick. Fucking doesn't make sense. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is this ties to my next article. Is one of the things found on Hunter Biden's laptop was the Democrats were in on the pandemic to hurt the economy with the Chinese, right? So they could win the election because the only way to beat Trump is to hurt the economy, right? Now, I'm going to take a drink. This ties into our next story. You're not going to like this. Okay, the next story. The Chinese are on the border in Canada. In 2019, Trudeau, head of Canada, I know you guys don't know who that is because in America no one gives a fuck about that guy. Mr. Blackface pedophile guy signed a treaty with China and allowed the Chinese military to come protect Chinese assets in Canada. They're all over the west coast of Canada. A lot of Canadians are saying that they've taken over the west coast and the police protects them. You can't even get near them. And they're taking videos when they drive by. Now, the articles I read said they were it's an invasion force. And you see some guy in Canada like, hey, it's army guys. Oh, it's Chinese army guys as he drives by in his truck. Well, there was girls in there. Like, I'm going to tell you this. What I saw wasn't what combat hardened invasion troops look like. Now, doesn't mean they're not doing some shit. I'm just saying it's not an invasion force. From the videos I've seen, it's the best I have for you, right? But, you know, the Chinese threat, supposedly a few years ago, they smuggled tanks, or not smuggled, they brought tanks and everything into Mexico, right? Pre-staging equipment on the border. Now they're in the west coast of Canada, Vancouver, and they're also now in Quebec. And there's another video has surfaced of we're sending artillery pieces, as mobile artillery pieces, as far north as we can in Maine. Look, I don't know if the Chinese are going to attack America or not. You know, I don't know if they're going to invade. It doesn't seem very smart, but I would tell you this. You invade America, homeland, I'll fucking nuke Beijing. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not going to lift a finger about your country. I'm going to leave a hole on anything and everything Chinese government. And then why the fuck are we even dealing with the Chinese? Like, what? I get it. They make cheap stuff and we're saving money, but how much shit are we going to throw their way only to know the person that hates you is the person we spend money with? When are we going to bring that shit here? Bring back American jobs. This is one thing I hated about, you know, some of Obama's town halls before Trump was elected, is he was like, well, he's got a magic wand. Where is he going to get the jobs? He's going to renegotiate these treaties because these guys are fucking raping us. You know, they're just making money hand over fist. And then when you negotiate a fair deal, the Chinese don't like that shit. Look, man, it's got to be fair. And if it's not fair, fuck you. Let's just make it ourselves. Like, what's wrong with Made in America? Like, are we so addicted to cheap shit? I don't even fucking get it, right? So, Chinese are in Canada, right? And one of the claims is that they're setting the fires out west with, and there's a lot of pictures of this, but I don't know what to think. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink. So, they're setting fires out west with outer space direct energy weapons, lasers coming down and burning the fires to get the people out of the West Coast so they can take as much terrain as possible. The problem is they're in Canada and that's 2 states away from California, right? And then why would you burn the woods down when, like, you want to take the woods or you want to take the cities? You can't say you took something when you actually take nothing. Just my opinion, right? So it all kind of ties together. The COVID, Chinese on the border in Canada, you know, fucking old Sleepy Joe talking about, you know, the COVID when we all know this came from China. I think there's bigger moves going on. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Generally, I like to hear all the facts. And I know some of what I see is bullshit because I just know. But I'm going to tell you right now, something bigger is going on, whatever it is. Look, the Chinese aren't happy that we cut them off from free billions of dollars, right? And, you know, who knows what their moves are, right? And who knows, look, the world's so fucking crazy. Who knows what anyone's moves are, right? And look, check this out. I ain't even talked about politics yet. I ain't even talked about the election coming up. You know what I'm saying? Whew. All right, let's take a drink. All right, final news article. Final news article. Al-Duri, right? Al-Duri in Iraq, the king of clubs, right, was reported dead and captured, which I thought we captured him, but obviously not. He just died in Iraq, and Saddam's daughter, one of his daughters, just tweeted a picture with him, right? He was reported dead. He was reported captured, and only the resurfaced to actually die, you know, and he's basically the Walter White looking guy with the Saddam stash. Hey, I say this is like, look, Saddam kept the Middle East in check because he's a crazy motherfucker. Him and his sons were evil. I know that. Is the world a better place without him? Not mine, the judge. But I would say this, Al-Duri, if you were on the run this long, which I could have swore we captured you, the king of clubs. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was checked off my wall hanging, but whatever. Hey, the guy died, right? So I just wanted to report on that because it's the king of clubs. King of clubs finally dies. So I would imagine this Saddam, I would like to know, like, where is the Saddam deck of cards right now? Who knows, right? So, hey, let's take a drink. The king of clubs just died, was previously captured, previously killed, but now he died. I don't know how that works. Let's take a drink. All right, this is the Monday Booze and News. Remember, my opinion, I'm probably wrong. It ain't the news you need, it's the news you deserve.